Flight, huh? I don't blame you. You know, it's selfish of me to make you take this chance.
What are you doing?
Diana's right. If we don't leave right now, you may miss your flight.
Jamie, what about Diane?
It's okay. Trust me.
Cassie! Hi, Tina. Well, what a surprise. I thought you were in Europe with David and Jenny.
She just came back last night.
Well, welcome home.
Thanks. If you excuse me, I need to unpack and take a nap. Jet lag. Oh, sweetheart, listen, if there's anything that I can do to help...
I'm fine.
See you later, Tina.
Yeah, nice seeing you. Dorian, I have a favor to ask you. It's about my pregnancy.
Did you tell Court?
Oh, he knows. He's just pretending that it doesn't matter.
Does it matter? A brand new life in the world?
Oh, he doesn't really feel like that. It's just that he's so mad at me and everything, and I think it's going to take a while before he believes in me again.
Did you show him the doctor's report?
Dorian, you heard what the message I left on his message machine. Look, the favor that I want to ask you is that you don't tell anybody I'm pregnant.
I
I
won't.
mean, it's bad enough that he left me. I don't want everybody feeling sorry for me because I'm pregnant, too. Because I know Cord loves me. I really do. And in time, we will make an announcement and tell the whole world that we're going to have a baby.
I promise you I won't breathe a word. And remember, time is a great healer.
Yeah, that's what I'm counting on.
Somebody here looking for a little cowboy? Kevin!
Oh, God, Kevin. Oh.
Well, how about a hug for Daddy? Come on. Give me one. Oh, boy, did we miss you.
Oh, come here. Let me get a look at you. Oh, I swear you're 2 inches taller and put on about 3 pounds.
I haven't been gone that long.
Well, it's like a lifetime for your mom and me. You know, we were worried we'd never see you again.
I didn't mean to scare you and make you cry.
I know you didn't, darling. Welcome home.
You know, you're awful lucky somebody found you in that cave. You know that, don't you?
I could have froze.
That's right. You could have.
Well, you're safe now. Oh, God, we're so happy you were found.
Does this mean we can get back together again?
Look, Saddle Pal, let's you and me have a little man-to-man talk here, huh? Sit down. Look, Kev. I know how you feel about this problem your mom and I have. Well, we're kind of sad about it, too. But, you know, this was a pretty... Well, it wasn't a very smart stunt you pulled. You caused everybody a lot of pain and grief. You know that, don't you? Including you.
I was so mad.
I know. But, Kevin, you should have come to us. You should have come to us and talked to us instead of running away. We've always been able to talk, haven't we?
Yeah?
Well, that's not ever going to change. That's not going to change no matter what happens. Look, Kev. Your mom and I are doing the best we can with this problem. We are. We're doing the best we can, but we can't promise. We can't promise how it's going to come out, son. But I can promise you this. Your mom and I, we both love you. And that's not ever going to change either. That's not ever going to change, Kev. And I'll tell you something else. Your mom and I love you and your brother and your sister, and we're always going to be there for you, Kev. And we want you to remember that. Now give me a hug and give your mommy a hug, huh? I love you. You hug your mama.
I have been pacing this lobby for hours waiting for you to get back. It's a pleasure to see you, Maria. It's been a long time.
Why did you take off like that?
Well, Keith was getting nervous that he was going to miss his flight.
Where is he?
Dropped him off at the airport. The Can you believe it? His flight was delayed. Come on, get in.
I'll drive.
I'm driving.
You set me up, Jamie.
Yeah, I set you up. I wanted to hit the kid up for some money.
So why'd you have to dump me to do that?
Well, because my famous touch works better when I solo. Diane, will you relax?
Oh, I'm relaxed. Relaxed. Relaxed.
You don't believe me, do you? I'll tell you what, I'll drive you to the airport. You can get out at Gate 7, Concourse B, and kiss Keith goodbye. Do you want to do that?
No.
Guess what? My headache's gone. How about a little driving music?
Then, did you really think that you were going to be able to find your way from the ski lodge to the cabin in the dark?
Walking a mile in the snow?
I did last night. Almost.
Almost. Almost doesn't get it. Now, you were one lucky kid, fella. Lucky that you found shelter in that cave, and even luckier that that Rick fella was out doing some night skiing.
Yeah, I was really scared and I was crying in the cave,
Oh, well.
wishing I was home.
I'll bet. Safe and warm in your own bed, right?
With the both of you.
Well, you could have been if you hadn't have pulled that crazy stunt. Now, look, I want you to look me straight in the eye and promise me that you are not going to do something like running away ever again.
Only if you promise not to get a divorce.
Mom, where's my brooch from David? The diamond one that matches these earrings?
Isn't it in your jewelry box along with the other things you left here?
No, it's not. Where could it be?
What are you doing, Diane?
That music was getting on my nerves, which are just about shot. Jamie, what did you do with Keith?
You know something, Diane? I bet you don't really want to know the answer to that.
Yes. 555-6269. Yes. Yes, Charles, I understand. All right, goodbye. Sorry, Herb. No sooner do you get here than the phone rings. But it's all set now.
What is?
Once Jamie comes home, I'm supposed to call this number. And then Charles arrives with the police, and they take Jamie back to Statesville.
Judith.
It's all right. I'm fine. I'm not going to fall apart, which is what Charles is so worried about, that I'll back down at the last minute.
You asked me to come over here to be with you when Jamie gets here?
Yes.
I don't understand. Why isn't Charles here?
Now, you hold on just a minute, Kevin Buchanan.
Sweetheart, you have just found out how very destructive running away can be. How can you threaten it again?
I just wanted everyone to be so happy. When Jessica came back, thought everything was going to be great. It just got worse.
Look, Kevin. You're not in charge here. And you can't use blackmail to make a family happy. Now, your mother and I will or will not work out our problems, but your running away just added to our problems. It didn't do anything to solve them.
I guess I knew that.
Of course you knew that. And for our part, I have to tell you, I think that your father and I were very wrong not to tell you about our problems earlier.
I just don't understand them.
Well, we're not sure that we understand them entirely. But that doesn't mean that we've given up on trying to work things out, does it, Vicky?
No, of course not.
Why are you always yelling about Joey, Jessica, and I, and where we're going to live?
Well, sometimes we get carried away in our anger. You know, like you got carried away by being angry and then running off.
Does that mean I still have to stay with just one of you?
Honey, listen to me. We're not finished talking. We have an awful lot of things to talk about still. But I promise you one thing. Because we love the three of you so very, very much, we really will do what's best for you.
Why don't you go on upstairs and say hello to your brother and your sister and Kim, and then take a nice hot bath. And when you say your prayers tonight, you count your blessings. Because whether you know it or not, and no matter what's going on around here right now, you are very, very blessed. And I hope that sleeping in that cave and almost freezing to death taught you at least that much.
Should I have done nothing? Did I...
I don't think this matter's entirely resolved, you know.
Well, I don't think he'll run away again, but he's not backing down from what he wants. Which, as a matter of fact, happens to be exactly what I want. To hold this family together. Damn it, Vicky, you are the only one who's trying to split us all up.
In the future, Clint, I think we have to be very, very careful and talk very calmly with the doors closed. So that Kevin doesn't get it into his head to sneak away again, maybe taking his brother and his sister with him, just to teach us a real lesson.
You're right. I'm sorry. But Vicky, I know what he's thinking. I know what's going through the kid's mind. Divorce is something that happens to other people. A custody suit is something that happens to other people. Not us, other people. We are ripping their lives apart. And our lives. And for what? Why? Because I made a few bad mistakes during a crisis, and because you lost all memory of our lives together also due to that same crisis.
All right. I mean, yes, you could put it that way. I'm going to have to work very, very hard with a psychiatrist to try to regain my memories of a man that I must have loved once in order to have married him and stayed with him and had a child by him.
Vicky.
And I will do that, Clint. If you can swear to me that you believe me when I tell you that there has been no affair with Tom Dennison before or after my memory loss. Now, can you do that?
Yes, I can. Because I believe you. And because I can't believe that you would ever done something like that to me.
Got my mom's death earlier, Maria, but we had no idea where you were until you sent us a Christmas card.
Yes, it's strange how you can have friends in your life that you rarely see or talk to, and yet you can still have a very strong and meaningful relationship. You know, I wondered why I didn't hear right back from her. Anyway, how's your younger brother?
He's still at it, can you believe it? And he tried to convince me to stay on, thinking that two of us are going to accomplish what four or three couldn't.
So when did you leave there?
I left a couple weeks after Ma died. Then I spent 4 months in Buenos Aires, and then I went back home to the ranch, and there was Steve still slaving away and still angry with me. I told him let the damn thing go under. It would have been a mercy killing, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yes, Maria, we're both young. We got a lot of great years ahead of us, but Steve, I mean, he's obsessed with this totally unreasonable loyalty to the family name.
I can see your point, but Max, what on earth are you doing here in Landview, Pennsylvania?
Matter of fact, Maria, I'm tracking you down.
Home sweet home. Well, Diane, you'll be happy to know this is where I get out.
Happy is the last thing I feel right now.
Diane, lighten up. Keith was nice enough to loan me his passport as well as some cash, which means that I'll be on the next plane out of the country. and out of everyone's lives.
Only once again, you just had to get me in the middle of your schemes.
Just remember, Diane, you were the one who offered Keith the ride to the airport, not me. So I think it would be in your best interest to pretend that he got there. Take care. Don't worry about me. I'll be just fine.
Emma hasn't seen it lying around the house.
This is the 4th time I've looked through here. It's my favorite brooch, and it's the one that's worth the most.
I didn't borrow it, but I'll go look amongst my...
I already did. It's not in there. Mom, what about Diane?
Honey, she wouldn't borrow it without asking permission first.
You're positive.
Of course I am. She's a sole propriety. I often wish she'd act more like this was just her home.
You know, I never thought I'd say this about you, but I think you're being a little too naive and trusting. I mean, you did meet Diane in prison, remember?
And she was committed wrongfully. Her only crime was her naivete. She had to escape a background that was absolutely horrible in order to survive. She's had some awful breaks. But she is really a wonderful, absolutely honest person.
Okay, if Diane is all you say she is, then how come last night Jamie Sanders paid a little visit?
I didn't think he'd be able to handle it. So, I insisted that he leave the house and come back with the police.
Judith, I know how difficult this is for you to deal with.
Oh, Herb, I haven't even begun to deal with it.
Yeah, well, certainly it's hard to believe anyone would arrange to have himself stabbed, let alone your own son.
But he did, didn't he? And I probably ruined my own marriage and my husband's career, and I'm sorry. I'm losing control.
Well, what have we here?
You mean you traveled all this way just to tell me that your mama died?
Not exactly. More to do with that newsletter you sent with your Christmas card about how Al left you so well off.
Max Holden. Your mother always told me that you were an opportunist, but this is unbelievable.
No, wait a minute, Marie. You don't even know what I want.
Well, obviously money.
No, not money. Not like a handout or anything, but like an investment for both of us. One, I guarantee is going to make you even richer. Now, listen. I told you about Buenos Aires, right? Well, while I was down there, I got a job with this wonderful old guy named Don Alonzo. Now, he has got the most spectacular horse ranch you have ever seen. And we are talking profitable, not in debt.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, Don Alonzo's getting up there in years, right? He doesn't have a lot of time left. And he never had any children, Maria. There are no heirs.
And you want to buy this flourishing horse ranch?
Yeah, you got it. But the thing is, Don Alonzo treats me like the son he never had. He wants me to take over his ranch. He's got all these neighbors he hates that he's afraid are going to snap it up when he dies. Now, Maria, he has offered me a price that is so low for so much that
Max, you're very winning and very convincing, and I can see your sincerity and your belief, but the money that I have has to take care of me for a lifetime. I can't just invest in some young man who's practically a stranger.
Maria, you name the interest. I don't care how outrageous it is, I'll pay it. That, and I'll give you back your interest, and I'll give you back the... Time to shut up, huh? Yeah.
Oh, Max, I mean, this proposal is too outrageous. I'm sorry, I just wish you would have called me before you spent this money on a trip.
Okay, forget it. But answer me something. What are you doing in Landfield? I mean, what, did Cordero turn out to be a mama's boy?
Oh, no, that's the last thing he is. But I guess that I'm here because, like you, I too have a dream that I'm chasing.
Well, looks as if we're making progress after all.
I suddenly feel like a kid on his first date.
I feel the same way. But it's more real on my part because you really are that proverbial stranger across a crowded room.
Yes, I guess I am. Vicky, I want you to know something you have to know. That night up there in the mountain cabin when I whipped Tom Dennison,
I shocked myself. Frankly, I almost hated myself for it afterwards. We have to start there because that's when you lost your memory.
Then it is starting to make sense to you why I was so afraid to tell you the truth. And then when I got back, I mean, you insisted on taking the children away to some ranch in Arizona. It was like a double whammy.
Yep, but Vicki, if I had known that you lost your memory, I wouldn't have deserted you like that.
I didn't know that. I really was afraid that you were going to have me committed.
Yes, but then when you did hit me with the truth, Vicki, and then followed it up by a demand for a divorce, I guess I went plumb loco.
I know, I was very wrong. I handled it so badly. I truly am sorry.
Well, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand what you were going through. I mean, it must have been awful not knowing things, remembering things, even your own children.
Well, yes, and I had to mourn for Joe all over again.
Yes, and then at first you thought Tom was Joe.
You know, Clint, you must believe me when I tell you that Tom Dennison in no way ever encouraged me to lie to you or deceive you or anything like that. I really more or less forced him to go along with me. I was so confused and I was desperate.
Nevertheless, he suddenly became very important to you, Vicki. And he cares for you. I mean, he cares for you a lot. And, well, let's not get into that. I mean, actually, I think we're doing very well. What do you say we sit down and go through some family albums, and, you know, when the kids were growing, and you can see some pictures of you and I when we were happier and things were more pleasant?
That would be great. I'd like that.
Okay. There we go. That's us. There's our wedding. 1982. Kevin and Joey.
Kevin is looking at you with pure adoration. And from the looks of it, so am I.
It was the happiest day of my life. Only thing that even came close to it was when Jessica was born. Yes?
I'm sorry to disturb you.
Tom!
First, let me congratulate you on Kevin's safe return. Has he completely recovered?
Oh, he's fine, thank you. Yes, he's
Good.
very repentant, but very glad to be home.
I'm very pleased to hear that. I've come by to tell you that Mary Lynn and I have decided it's time we headed on home to El Paso.
What? You mean for a vacation, not forever?
Forever.
Jamie.
That's my name. Afternoon, Mr. Callison.
Hello, Jamie.
We were, just talking about the Buchanan divorce, and I'm afraid I got so upset.
Really? How unprofessional of you. What's going on? Where's Dad?
He's out. Business. He should be home early. What'd you do this morning?
Let's see. You mean before or after that bank heist I pulled this morning? Hey, it's a joke. Don't you two have a sense of humor?
You seem very up and cocky.
Come on, Mom. I'm just trying to be the good boy as promised. But I get the feeling Mr. D.A. isn't buying it. Is Payson busy, or can he help me with a couple of things?
Payson's off today. So is everyone except Mrs. Whitmore.
Why is that?
Well, your father felt they needed a day off after they worked so hard on the holidays. But look, Kate's coming this evening, and we're going to have a nice family dinner, so why don't you go tell Mrs. Whitmore what you'd like for dinner?
Why is it up to me?
Well, it's not up to you. It's a matter of telling her what you prefer, that's all.
Sort of like a last supper, you mean?
Jamie, don't make a big deal out of it. I will work out the menu if you want me to.
At any rate, I have to get back to work. Your mother and I should get at it very soon.
Yeah, work. Well, then I'll go to the kitchen and ask Mrs. Whitmore if there are any lamb chops in the freezer downstairs. Sound good, Mom?
Sounds wonderful.
Take care, Mr. Callison.
Yes, Jamie, you too.
What do you think? Did I give it away?
I don't know, but get on the phone and call the police before he has time to think about it.
Excuse me, but I've got this bad habit of listening behind closed doors. You're going to call the police before I have time to think about what?
We were referring to the divorce case, Jimmy.
Knock it off. I heard what you said. Oh, and yeah, Mom, the servants are off today. I should pick my own meal. I knew it sounded kind of suspicious. Now, what the hell is going on?
Jamie, you're just getting paranoid.
You're calling the cops to come and get me, aren't you, Mom? Dad convinced you that I wasn't really stabbed, huh?
It wasn't your father. It was an inmate.
Judith.
I'm sorry, Herb. This has got to come out. I can't stand these pious lies anymore. You set up the stabbing. You probably set up the mugging, and you belong in jail.
And you really think that I'm going to go back there, huh?
You have no choice.
You're out of your mind. Both of you. The only place I'm going is far away from here where nobody can find me.
Jamie Sanders was in this house last night while I was away?
Yes. Diane didn't want you to know.
Well, she didn't want you to know. She said that he's been bothering her to go out. She didn't want to, but she didn't know how to get rid of him.
She was probably afraid of him. I mean, who wouldn't be? Did he make trouble?
No. Actually, he was very charming. It wasn't until after he left that I heard about all his illegal activities. Hi. Diane, did you get keys to the airport okay? Oh, yeah. No problems. I wanted to park and walk him to the gate, but he just insisted that I come on home. He's really a nice guy. Oh, and he is the best musician. He's going to call me tonight from the hotel. He is going to be so excited.
Diane, I need to talk to you about something. It's Jamie Sanders.
I knew you'd be pleased to hear this, Clint.
Wait a minute. What's going on?
Vicki, Mary Lynn and I decided that it would be best for all concerned if we went back to El Paso. You see, she misses her friends at school, and I have to get a job.
But this is too big a move to make on impulse.
Well, this is not only the best thing for Mary Lynn and me, but it's the best thing for this family.
Tom, I think your thinking is very sound.
Clint, please.
Vicki, I'm sorry to visit this on you so suddenly, but I'm sure it is the right thing to do. Now that Kevin is home and safe, I'm sure you and Clint can have direct dialogue, and you can get your family priorities back in line.
But that's what we've been doing. That's what we were doing right when you walked in. We were looking at family albums, you see. We were talking about the past that I don't remember.
Well, that's wonderful. Perhaps that'll help you get your memory back. That's good.
But we've started. I wasn't counting on losing a good friend.
Vicki, I would always feel responsible for breaking up this family if I stayed here.
Can I talk to you?
No, please, Vicki, please. I'm sorry. I wanted to say this to the both of you. I want to thank you both for helping me discover that Joe Riley was my twin brother, and also for the hospitality you've shown Mary Lynn and me.
Come on, you're not saying goodbye this very second, are you?
Well, I'll be leaving just as soon as we're packed and we can make arrangements, Vicki.
You're deserting me.
No, look, I hope to hear from both of you sometime when everything is back to normal again. I'm sorry, there really isn't any more any of us can say, is there?
Would you like to be alone? I'll go upstairs and see the kids.
know, Max, one of the things I always loved about your mother is that no matter what, she never lost her sense of humor.
Yeah, and I inherited it, too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but my brother Steve, he's just like my dad. Life isn't funny. Life is hard. Oh. The night my mother died in her sleep, it hurt like hell. Still does.
I know. You know, Max, your mother always knew that you wouldn't live on that failing ranch. And she always worried that you just might get into some trouble.
Trouble me? Come on, Maria. What would I want that for, huh? I plan on working my tail off to make that ranch in Argentina the best.
Max. I'm not going to change my mind. Now, don't be a pest because I'm really enjoying you.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. You set me up for a date tonight to show me around Lambview, and I promise I will not become a pest. Until tomorrow.
You know, I do know somebody who doesn't get out enough, and I think the two of you would have fun.
What are you waiting for? The sooner you set it up, the sooner I leave you alone.
All right. I'm going to get in touch with her, and I'll call you later.
Okay, great.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
To walk out that door, take it real slow, and if we run into the cook, don't say a word.
I will not be forced to do anything.
Judith, be very careful. That's right, Mom. I learned the night I didn't shoot Dad that a soft heart makes a real long jail term. So don't give me any grief because I won't hesitate to shoot the DA. Now, how much time have I got before Dad and the cops bust in?
They were waiting for my call since we didn't know what time you'd get home.
Great, so let's get a move on in case you're lying and I should already be gone. Mom, if you'd be kind enough to show the way. Mr. Callison, keep your hands where I can see them.
Mom, I think we should talk about my brooch. Diane, remember I told you that I had a brooch that goes with these earrings? Oh, yeah, from your father. I saw it one time when I was looking at your jewelry. Remember, Dorian? You were in my jewelry box? Well, it was just curiosity and a little envy, that's all.
It's perfectly understandable. I was describing some of the things to her. She wasn't trying to hide it.
Okay, well, anyway, the brooch is gone and we can't find it anywhere. You're kidding me. Oh, no. But I haven't seen it since that last time.
Do you think maybe there's a chance that Jamie Sanders stole it when he just dropped in here last night?
I told Mom that Jamie was here when we couldn't figure out what happened to my favorite piece of jewelry.
I'd like to have an explanation of that, Diane.
Dorian, what could I do? He shows up, pushes his way in here. He really scares me. Look, he wanted a date, as he has many, many times before. I mean, the guy just doesn't take no for an answer.
Yes, we all know that.
Well, he seemed to act like a normal human being around Cassie and Keith, and I started to relax a little bit more. And then he eventually went home. And I told him never to come back, but knowing him, he's liable to show up again.
If he does, I'll take care of him.
Which brings us back to the original question. Could Jamie have snuck into my room and stolen the brooch?
Well, it's not too cozy or warm, but it will keep you for a while. I have to thank you, Mom. If we hadn't gotten on the subject of lamb chops, I might never have thought of it.
Jamie, putting your mother and me in this freezer to die is going to bring every law enforcement in this country out to find you.
This isn't murder, it's detainment. A sort of solitary confinement. When I'm far enough away and I feel safe, I'll call someone, tell them where you are, and they'll get you out. In the meantime...
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Jamie, don't do this for your sake as well as anything.
Just say goodbye, Mother. And as for you, Mr. Callison, try and keep cool, okay?
Dad's not home. He's out making arrangements
for us to move. Move? Oh, I suppose things are pretty uncomfortable around here, aren't they?
Yeah. So we're moving to El Paso.
El Paso? Why?
Obvious reasons, like Vicky and Clint. How I'm not too happy here. I can't seem to find a boyfriend among the Yankees.
Well, you know, I just came over here because a very terrific young friend of mine is here.
It's too late, Maria. We're going.
Oh, Mary Lynn, I don't want to lose the two of you. We're practically family.
Buchanan's will be better off without us around. I really had to hit my father with what's going on. Like Vicky and Clint don't have a chance if she keeps turning to my dad. He's in love with her, you must know that.
Well, of course I do, and he can't desert her right now. Marilyn, you know that Vicky and Clint barely stand a chance of patching up their marriage anyway.
Well, they don't have any with my dad around. And he sees that, too. He's already said his goodbyes. Listen, I have to get back upstairs and finish up some packing, so if you'll excuse me.
Marilyn, surely you won't leave without some farewell dinner or something.
No, of course not. I'll have my dad call you later.
All right, fine. I'll just let myself out.
Here comes Vicky. She looks very upset. Maybe she's come to talk Tom out of going.
Sanders is capable of stealing all your jewelry, your house, your car. I mean, there is no end to what that psychopath might do.
And you know what I just remembered? How Jamie and Keith went into the kitchen alone to get us drinks?
That's right. You know, he could have easily slipped into your room and taken that brooch.
This is wonderful. You not only allow a convicted hoodlum in my home, you allow him free reign and run of the house?
Well, at the time, it never even occurred to me. I guess I should have just slammed the door right in his face.
Not that he would have let you.
Well, so now what do we do?
I could phone his parents. If they just deny it, we'd all start fighting again.
Listen, I think I'm just going to go over there and confront him myself.
Cassie, it won't do any good. He's too good a liar, and besides which, he doesn't scare you.
Mom, I'm not just going to sit around here and let it go.
Cassie, if you go over there, you're courting danger, and I won't let you.
Pack a bag and get out of here.
There's no use. This place was built airtight solid.
It's not just the hum that's off, it's the fan. Maybe Jamie turned off the freezer so we wouldn't die.
No, unfortunately, he doesn't know much about these things. Temperature won't rise immediately just because there's no electricity. It'll take a while, so we can still die.
Oh, well, at least I can take some comfort in the fact that he tried.
Can anyone hear us? This is Whitmore! Open the door! Open the door!
Probably wouldn't hear us even if they were right upstairs.
No, I just remembered we have an emergency generator that turns it on automatically. Especially if the power's been off for more than 5 minutes.
Oh, glad this house has everything to it.
Herb, how long are we going to last in here with that cold air coming in? Are we going to die?
Eyewitness.
Smile. Oh, that was just a greeting. So, how are you these days? Are you still claiming to be pregnant, or was that all just a mistake?
Oh, I'm pregnant all right, and it's your grandchild. Fine. You just think whatever you want to, all right? But as soon as I start to show, you'll understand.
Fine. Look, I was just about to, open my mail.
Oh, well, don't let me stop you. Oh, by the way, did you hear that Kevin's back home?
Yes, I heard it on the news.
Well, then why aren't you at Lanfear discussing? Congratulations all over Cliff.
Herb, it's all right. Keep the jacket. No, you need it. I've got this sweater. I'm beginning to see blue around the edges here.
Thanks. It's amazing how the cold comes through, isn't it? My son got us in this freezer. If one of us survives, I hope it's you.
Hey. We're fight for life here, all right? I know about hypothermia. You get weak, you behave irrationally, and all you want to do is go to sleep. And then, honey, you have had it.
Oh, God.
So let's keep moving around here. Blood moving if possible, all right?
Surely Charles will realize that there's something wrong and come home. Maybe Mrs. Whitmore will come down for something for dinner. Maybe Jamie will have a change of conscience and call someone.
Well, we sure as hell can't depend on Jamie's humanitarian instincts, can we? So we're just going to have to keep making noise until someone
All right.
hears us. Hello out there! Judith and I are in here turning into ice cubes. Come on, open the door! Come on, we need some help!
How long have we been in here?
I don't know, half an hour or so.
How long can we last?
Hour and a half, maybe. Just keep moving. Huh?
Yeah.
Moving.
Master Jamie, have you seen Mrs. Sanders?
Yes, she went skiing for a couple of days up at Mount Lantano. In fact, I'm headed up there myself. So, you might as well take the day off with the rest of the staff.
I don't understand. I was supposed to go over with the dinner menus with
Well,
her.
Dad must have convinced her to go up with him. I guess she just didn't have time to inform you. Don't bother getting that.
But I must, sir. Payson isn't here. Hello, the Sanders residence.
Thanks a lot, Mrs. Whitmore. Cassie's been chasing me forever, and I don't know how many different ways I can say no.
Any time, Mr. Jamie.
Hi, yeah, can I get the listing for Brazilian Airways, please? Thank you.
Cassie, Jamie's no more going to tell the truth in person than he would on the telephone.
Yeah, but Mom, I know he's there and he's just ducking my call.
If he stole the brooch, it's probably because he wants to leave town. So when Charles calls me back, I'll inform him of it. He'll look through Jamie's things. If he finds the brooch, he'll nail Jamie with it, and also the fact that Jamie is planning to leave town.
This whole thing wouldn't be such a big deal if the brooch didn't mean so much to me.
I know how you feel. I remember when I had to sell my favorite jewelry just to do something simple like eat. What else would you like to do today besides strangle Jamie?
Well, I'd like to just sit around here with you and catch up some more.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
Mom, is there any way we can do our catching up without Diane?
Oh, honey, are you blaming her for letting Jamie come over here and his stealing your brooch?
No, that's not it at all. I understand how she was afraid of Jamie. I just sort of feel like a girl who wants her mother all to herself. Honey, that's the first time you've ever
And what time do you expect that flight to arrive? Yeah. All right, thank you.